Hey Booktube, this is Kelly. Thank you so much for watching my channel, Books I'm Not Reading. Happy Friday, happy Valentine's Day. Maybe some of you have Monday off, so happy 3-day weekend. That's very nice. I'm very fortunate to have that happen. I have made this Friday Reads video many times. I even went as far as to edit it and upload it, and there were parts of the video that I really loved because I was just shrieking in absolute joy. Yeah, I also was frustrated with my inability to articulate what I was trying to communicate, I guess. So I'm gonna give it another shot here. We'll hope it works. Just a couple updates. So I don't know, some of you may remember back in January, Jason and I, my husband Jason from Old Blues Chapter and Verse and I did a video about 2001: A Space Odyssey, from a whole life in 12 movies. And then we filmed like a discussion after we watched the film. Even though we're kind of disappointed with the book, we are going to continue on. And so the next film that we're going to be watching is called What Maisie Knew. That came out in 2012. I don't know anything about it. I haven't even seen the trailer. But anyway, in America, it is streaming on Prime and Peacock. So you have either of those streaming services, you should be able to see it. But yeah, so I just wanted to invite you and welcome you to that. It's a little bit different for my channel. Jason talks much more about film on his channel than I do here. The Robinson read-along is still going on. So we're reading Marilynne Robinson's Home. We read Gilead in January. I will update the Discord link on my community page. If you want to join the Discord group, you can. We're going to skip March. I'm sure you've seen how many events are taking place in March, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that later. But anyway, I did actually manage to finish this week, and yeah, but that's good. That gives me a lot of time to kind of process and digest it before I will have just a review video of this. So I'm not gonna talk about it in this Friday Reads. The book I am currently reading is Fanny Burney's Evelina. This is for Febregency, which is a month-long celebration in February of Regency literature, not just Jane Austen. And so I have wanted to read this book for a really, really long time. And I am reading this with my friend Loretta. I feel very confident that I will have this done hopefully over the weekend. Yeah, I'll talk about it a little bit next week. It's a super fun book though. If you like Jane Austen, I really think you will like Evelina. And then I'm going to be starting to read The Wild Robot by Peter Brown. So Jason and I watched the animated film of this, which was fantastic. And then I found out it was a book, which I didn't know. Somebody lent me their copy of it, which was very, very kind. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this. I think it's gonna go really fast. And I have this amazing haul video for you guys. The first part of this haul video is books I bought. I bought 2 books, and I shouldn't have bought them, but what the heck, right? You can never have too many books. So it was just like this weird kind of coincidence happening, if you will. I was watching Allie at A Genteel Black Hole, which is an excellent booktube channel. If you have not checked it out, please check out Allie's channel. And he was talking about his goals for 2025, his reading goals. And anyway, I mean, like, so Allie and I, it's fascinating. Like, if you made a Venn diagram of the books that we share in common, and then books that are like far out over, like, not in the same kind of world or whatever. But we do have, there is quite a bit. The middle space of the two circles that overlap, like, is quite large, and it includes Shakespeare. But anyway, so I'm watching his goals, and I feel like I understand what he's saying, and then goes into this whole thing about Discworld and Terry Pratchett, and I mean, for lack of a better word, I was a little bit lost. In the meantime, while, you know, like, not long after watching that, or, you know, as that's going on, I was also talking to another just wonderful, wonderful booktuber. That's Randy Ray at Literate Texan. And he's like, we need to do a buddy read. I'm just like, I so want to do a buddy read with you, Randy, but I just don't know when right now. I mentioned to Allie at A Genteel Black Hole, like, hey, I saw your goals video, and I hope you're okay. If I, like, what the heck is Discworld? And actually, yeah, I'm not sure if I brought it up or if he did, but he did say to me, and again, this was on Voxer, so it's a voice. There's no text. And he said, well, you know, if I were to recommend a Terry Pratchett book to you, it would be Weird Sisters. And I was like, okay, you know, and I'm just thinking, like, I'm going to file this in the back of my head, and maybe I'll come across it at a used bookstore, or, you know, the next time I just need to, I don't know, do some retail therapy or something, like, it'll come to mind. In the meantime, Randy gets back to me, and he's like, hey, I thought of a book we could read together. Let's read The Weird Sisters. And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, this is yeah, we totally should, because someone just told me that, you know, I would love that book. As I'm sure you can see where this is going. Two different Weird Sisters. So here's the Terry Pratchett one that's part of the Discworld series. This is way out of my comfort zone, I just want to say, but I do love, of course, the Macbeth reference in the title, and yeah, like, I am willing to try other things out, and I've heard, yeah, there's been a couple of videos about Terry Pratchett lately that I've listened to, and yeah, said, oh yeah, we'll give it a shot. Like, I'm not gonna rush out and buy all the Discworld books or anything like that, but anyway, so it came in beautiful, beautiful condition. So I was very excited, and here's the other one. So this is by Eleanor Brown, and it is about three sisters. Again, there's a Macbeth reference. Their father is a Shakespeare scholar. I guess he speaks primarily in verse. Otherwise, I don't really know very much about the book, because I don't want to have anything spoiled for me. But I want to have this because, like, there could be this perfect moment for Randy and I to do a buddy read together, and I just want to have the book. Like, it's going to be right here, and I'll be ready to go. So anyway, I just thought it was pretty hilarious that at the same time, I've got two people talking to me about Weird Sisters, and there's even other books with this title, so make sure you find out who the author is. The next part of this video is when I was previously filming it, I was just shrieking and just kind of amazed that someone has been paying such close attention to my channel. This is someone who doesn't have a channel. They're definitely holding their cards close to their chest in terms of privacy, which I totally respect. Yeah, so anyway, they sent me the most amazing care package or gift. I was just dumbstruck by it, for lack of a better word. The books came wrapped. They They had these little Alice in Wonderland bookmarks attached to them, which I am so in love with. There's the Mad Hatter. There's the White Rabbit. And here is Alice. So I just totally love those. They had a blue ribbon on it. This card was in there. Some of the wrapping paper, which I tried to save, but I just couldn't. I couldn't pull it off, but it had cats and books on. I'm just going, where on earth did you find wrapping paper like that? This whole thing got started because I was looking for a book by MMK. So this is not the book, and this is not part of the haul. So this is Shadow of the Moon by MMK. This is one of her two super famous Indian books. Probably wouldn't be published today. They are about, India under the rule of England. Anyway, but I just have a really sentimental attachment to them because I read them, my mother read them, my grandmother read them, but they are very difficult to find now. So anyway, my mother had this copy of Shadow of the Moon, and I've never seen it. I don't know if I've ever even seen the mass market of Shadow of the Moon. So I told her, you have to give that to me. And she did. But anyway, but it's not my favorite MMK book. So I kind of put out a call saying, hey, if there's anybody out there who can find like a copy of The Far Pavilions in good condition, would you please send it to me? So they sent me these pictures, I think from a bookstore, about like, hey, like, are these what are you looking for this? Like, is this it? And like, I have never seen a copy of The Far Pavilions in such good condition as this one that is now mine, and I'm so excited and I'm so grateful. There's like a tiny little like wrinkle up here, but I mean, really, that's not a big deal to me. And again, like, these books are sentimental to me. My mom owns 2 copies of The Far Pavilions, and neither one is as good as in good condition as this one is. It's just phenomenal. So then, to top that, in addition to sending me that, the bookmarks, the card, I also got, and I've seen mass market copies of this, but I've never seen the hardcover. This is Tradewind by MMK, and it takes place, let's see, Zanzibar, just before the American Civil War. And it's the Isle of Cloves was a center of the African slave trade. So that'll be really interesting. And I will read this. And I will read all of these books again, but probably not this year. So anyway, but I mean, the person who sent this to me was concerned that this was like in the worst condition, and I'm just like, this is amazing. Because you just don't really see them in hardcover very much. And then, in addition to that, they also sent me Austenland by Shannon Hale. And this is, I have read this book. I mentioned it in a video like maybe over a year ago about, like I was going to get it from my used bookstore, and then things kind of blew up from there. Anyway, I won't go into all of that, but it's just a fun book. It's a really fun, if you're looking for something to read for Jane Austen July, in addition to Jane Austen, of course, this is just a really like fun sort of spin-off on someone who's obsessed with the BBC film adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. So I'm really looking forward to reading this again, and I hope to get to that this year. And then the last thing they sent, oh my gosh. And so, like, honestly, like, both Jason and I are freaking about owning this. This is the, of course, Library of America edition. These are the essays of James Baldwin. So, Notes of a Native Son, Nobody Knows My Name, The Fire Next Time, which I have heard mentioned several times on Booktube, No Name in the Street, The Devil Finds Work, and there's some other essays. But I'm just super, super excited to have this. I did not start reading James Baldwin until I joined Booktube. And yeah, I was even thinking the other day, like, oh, Giovanni's Room, like, I need to read that again. It's such a great book. Super excited to have this, and as is Jason, he's not as interested in the MMK books or Shannon Hale, but definitely, we will both enjoy having that. And so it's just, it's one of those things that I never expected to happen on my Booktube channel. I mean, the idea that someone spent so much time and energy and thought and care in thinking about, and they told me what they were sending me. And I was like, kind of going, what did I do to deserve this? But I really never expected, like I said, the generosity that Booktube has shown me, and people have been financially generous. People have been generous with, like, oh my God, like homemade gifts, and I mean, I have like so much Alice in Wonderland stuff now. It's really cool. Anyway, but you know, also, like, people are generous with their time in watching my videos, in leaving comments, in leaving emojis, and leaving thumbs up, which are all totally fine and welcome here. And they've been just really generous with themselves. Like, I've loved getting to know people on Voxer and the buddy reads I've done, and but I do feel like in this time when a lot of and I get it, like, it's Valentine's Day, right? So we're shouting out a lot of Booktube channels, but I just want to give a shout out to the people who I feel like are the unsung heroes of Booktube, are, you know, the people who don't have channels. It's very difficult to find a way to thank them. It's very difficult to show how much I want to show how much I appreciate them, and again, they're just such thoughtfulness. So anyway, I'm so glad that you're all here, whether you have a channel or not, and yeah, I hope that you will tell me what you think about my weird and wonderful haul. And again, as always, if you don't feel comfortable leaving a comment, you can leave an emoji or give this video a thumbs up. Next week, I'm going to be talking about what my plans are for March. Here's a little sneak peek what to expect next week. I am so excited about March, and I cannot wait to tell you guys what my plans are. Booktube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and thank you so much to all of the wonderful kindness that you have shown me. Thank you so much. I'll be back soon with another video. Bye.